Hello. Now then, a bit of a surprise stream tonight. I thought we'd do a quick news roundup. We haven't done one for a while. I get a lot of requests. We're going to keep this short, no call-ins or nothing. I've got a bit to do tonight, and then I want to watch the rest of this movie with hubby. So I thought we'd do a few news stories, and then we're going to end this. Don't normally stream on a Monday, but there you go. 56 people watching. Hello, welcome to the live stream. When you come in, please hit the like if you enjoy the content. If you don't, I won't be offended. Please hit the dislike and feel free to unsubscribe. I won't be offended. Hate watching is not healthy. A quick disclaimer: if you don't like me, rage watching will not help you. It will actually make you more stressed out, which we don't want. Right then. Oh. Fucking hell, I'm yawning already. Right then, hello everybody. We got some pimps and pimpettes in the house tonight. Hello, pimpettes and pimps. Penny's Pimps in the house. It's got a nice ring to it. Hello everybody, welcome. Right then, I've done the settings. No one touched the settings, okay? And then we're going to have a quick look around the tinterweb and see what's going down. Right then. So we're going to start off with some more hard-hitting stuff, and then we're going to get to more lighter stuff towards the end. Right. I should have made myself a cup of tea before I streamed, and I didn't, and now I'm regretting it. And now Al's busy doing something, so I don't think he's going to be able to make me one. Right. First story we're going to be covering is the Lucy Letby story. Now, I'm not going to have time to say hello to everybody individually, so please excuse me for that. But hello, welcome in everybody. As I'm presenting, I can't do individual hellos because I'm not sat in the garden with my phone. I'm presenting a show. So I just want to do a blanket hello and welcome to everybody. I really, really appreciate you. I can't really do that on this channel. It's okay, Jen. I won't be on long. I'm tired. I'm tired of myself, darling. I just wanted to do a quick catch up with the news. I've had a lot of people contacting me in the last few days asking me. If I cover that, I will immediately be removed off YouTube. So we can't. I might do it on a Rumble channel, maybe. So we're starting off with the latest on the Lucy Letby. Now, there's bleak plans for her to spend her life behind bars in apparent isolation. So I'm just going to put that on full. The fish tank's driving me around the bend because it's in the bedroom for the next couple of nights until the fan's going, so that's irritating me. Okay, so having become the fourth woman in Britain to be handed a whole life sentence, yeah, in the UK, if you're given life, it just means like between 15 and 25 years. Life never means life here, unless it's specially handed down. I think a politician has to get involved. So it goes on. Lucy Letby entire life will be in isolation, so she won't be able to have any contact with anybody inside, because at the end of the day she'll probably get bumped off. And this is a really sorry, I'm tired, a really controversial subject, and I've been toying with doing looking into the evidence a bit more, and it's just too sensitive. Most people believe that she is guilty. I thought she was guilty, and then I'd need to look more into it. Okay, it does seem that it's all circumstantial evidence, but the problem is with that is that apparently the circumstances are that she was everywhere. Every time one of these babies were killed, she was there. So it's making me think that, you know, there's only so many coincidences. But then on the other hand, there could have been others that were always there, you know. Big up to Rose. Thank you very much for getting in contact today. So sweet. Appreciate that. Hello, everybody. Hello, Penny's Pimp Team. We got Scottish Shona as well. We got the Pimps. This Bish says, I think she's. Do you know what, sweetie? I'm thinking more and more and more and more. What? Sorry, there's your comment there. Look, it could be a case of. It's okay, Yvonne. A lot of people don't. Hello, everybody. The thing is, the she could have been involved, right? She could have been part of it, but there could have been a bigger group, you know? At 77 watching, please hit the like. Apologies about, oh, can't stop you. Someone get me some caffeine quick. I'm so tired. She, there could be a case where there was all of these people involved and she was one of them, maybe. I do believe that she has guilt, but I don't believe she acted alone. I really don't. I think that you're right there by saying she's a patsy. She's taken the fall. Was she completely innocent? I don't know. Nobody knows. But it's something is off with this. I agree. It took 5 years to get it to court, to get it to the verdict. They didn't even start the case until 7 months ago. They didn't even start the actual trial. She was arrested in 2018. Something's off with that. And she didn't want to face the families. Why? Because she knows it's all bullshit and she didn't do anything. Totally normal background. And the evidence is that there was letters in her room that the police found. Brett, hello, mate. I think Paula messaged you last night. But don't talk about it here. But I will message you on Discord, Brett. I still can't find you on Discord, I need to look for you. I'll look for you again. I'll find you and I'll drop you a message, mate. So did she write the letters? Because apparently she confessed it all in letters and they found it in a bedroom. We're talking about a baby killer here, Brett, in the UK. She apparently killed 7 newborn babies and tried to kill another 6, and she's been given life in prison. But we're still not even positive whether she actually... There's more to this. The hospital allowed her to carry on for years, or were they involved? We don't know. I'll drop you a message. Is that the sort of writing? How do I get you? Because on Discord, if you have anything different in the writing, it doesn't find you, does it? I'll tell you what, I'll ask Paula for it. Penny's pimps are in the house. The trolls are calling all of you lot my pimps, especially Jane. So we've got some of Penny's pimps in. Something is off. Yeah, something's not right, and it's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult to say. It's like Melanie Shaw as well. What happened with her? So that's the latest with her, and then we've also got another story, another development with that as well. I'm just going to get this up now for you. We're going for the heart, for the more serious stuff first. Oh, and apparently as well, I need to do a curious news on my other channel, because that weekend of sightings for Loch Ness Monster, there was actually sightings. So there you go. And then this is another story that I wanted to bring to you. Hello, Ted. Hello, everybody. Where it says how she selected her victims. Again, is this true? We don't know. Now, this is the same media that are telling us utter bull crap about what's happening in Ukraine. Ukraine aren't winning. We're being told daily that Ukraine are this. No, if Ukraine were winning like they said in the beginning, we wouldn't still be here now, 18 months on, so that the media lie. This is the problem. We have no faith left in the legacy media now, in the mainstream legacy media. So we don't know what's true and what's not true. I can only bring to you what we're being told. And this is another story that came out this afternoon. A senior doctor who analysed Lucy Letby's newborn victims, which haven't been named still, told the court there was a distinct pattern to how the killer nurse selected the babies to target. It's just awful, isn't it? The crimes that shocked the nation, with many unable to fathom how anyone, let alone a nurse, could end the lives of innocent babies. But this isn't the only hospital where babies are being killed. There's babies dying in other hospitals. Remember the Alder Hay Hospital in Liverpool? Do you remember all that a few years ago, with the organs that were going missing from newborn babies? Organs were taken without permission. There's there's a hospital in I think it's in South Wales as well, where there's a lot of babies being killed. It's not just in one hospital, and that's why I believe there's a much bigger possible organ trafficking type thing going on within the NHS, and this woman has just been a scapegoat for that. We don't know. And hello, everyone coming in. Please hit the like or the dislike if you don't like the content. Terry Knowles thinks she's guilty. I just don't see how nobody else noticed. I don't get it. Hello, Ellen, love. Hello, Carlos. I haven't done individual hellos. I apologise. Right then. So the doctor found that nearly all of those murdered by Letby had other vulnerabilities. Here we go. It's the classic vulnerabilities again. They love using this word. Such as being extremely premature or living with inherited conditions. While deaths on the unit were rare, doctors described them as expected and explainable. And it was suggested she targeted the sickest babies. But then again, the sickest babies, but aren't the sickest babies more likely to have died because they were the sickest babies? There's so much more. Exactly. This is the thing. You're spot on there. How do I say your name? Roginold's War Files. Is that right? There's the link to that one. Oh, thank you so much, Pimp number 2. Is the trolls coming in again, Cosmic War Toad? We have got lots of moderators in. Thank you, Robert Lee. I appreciate that, my friend. Good to see you. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you to Vicky. I'm off. You are not nice. Okay. All righty then. Right. So this is one of the letters now, and it says, "Look, not." It's hard to read. Not good. What does that say? Oh, I can't read it. Not good. Something enclosed. I'm an awful person. So this is just one of the pieces of evidence that we were told that proved her guilt. Okay. Now, how do we have any proof now? Do we have any evidence whatsoever that she wrote this? Was there a handwriting expert in court, do we know, for example, that could match her handwriting? These are all questions that we need to answer, Hello, everyone coming in. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Hello, Jane. Yeah, probably a troll pretending to be an innocent, like a neutral. I don't know. So whatever. You can't please them all. That's the thing, you see. If you get more subscribers, you're going to get people in that don't agree with you, which is fine. I don't ask that everybody agrees with me. Everybody can have their own opinion. But I'm just looking at just a piece of this evidence here, okay? I can't breathe. I can read this bit. Can't focus every day for something overwhelming fear, panic. I'll never have children. Could she have children? Do we know whether she couldn't have children or not? Or I have dare anything wrong. This does look okay. I'm playing devil's advocate now, but if you're going to fake a note like this, I am evil, I did this. Do you know what I mean? Like, are these real? Do we have any evidence from a handwriting expert that she wrote this and others? You see? Yeah, you've got schizophrenia. You've got all sorts of stuff going on. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. I'm not saying that she didn't do it. I'm saying that we need to look at why the NHS allowed her to continue. Why did they allow it? I'm struggling to get my head around that. Was the her and others? Was there a group of psychopaths? Was there a group of Satanists in the hospital? This is what I don't understand. If it was just her, how did she get away with it for so long? Doesn't make any sense, does it? There's more to this. There is definitely more to this. Apparently, one of the doctors did actually raise the alarm about her, and he was told to shut up as well. So why were the hospital covering for a nurse? Surely a doctor, as a senior member of staff, should have been listened to over a nurse. It's as though they knew. And I think this is what this inquiry, they're saying that the inquiry is going to be completely, they're going to get people in, they're going to have it impartial. But that, we shouldn't even have to say that. That should just be a given. But we know that nothing is impartial now. What are people saying in the live chat? We've got 100 people watching. Hello, welcome to the live stream. Right, hang on a minute. I just need to take a really important message. Sorry. Hang on a minute. I'm just talking to somebody quite urgent, so. Right then, yeah, more than one doctor says stiff upper lip. Earlier, it was reported that Letby managed to fly under the radar for so long because she was never actually seen hurting the babies. It's unclear why exactly Letby committed the crimes that she did. However, former criminal defence lawyer Dylan Reese Jones told the Express the killer nurse could have a godlike complex. Well, a lot of them have godlike complexes. That's just narcissism. Cindy, I gave you a wrench the other day. Where's it gone? Something weird. Right, let me give it you back. Yeah, she could have been a sidekick. Exactly, Samuel. No, I'm not, Jane. I've updated it, my love. I'm keeping it now due to people asking. Yeah, don't worry, it's staying back. All seen, Otto. My wrench never came back. Hello, everybody. Cassandra, hello. Otto, I'm giving people wrenches who I've spoken to or seen before. So you'll get one back. I think I know who you are. Yeah, Rachel needs one. Right, okay. The killer, enjoy the fact that they are full control. You see, I'm still not convinced about this. I'm not convinced that she acted alone. I do believe there could have been more people involved. It's okay, my love. Diane, Rachel, do you know how to moderate? You can have one, but you see, a lot of people are getting timed out when their phone's unlocked in people's pockets. So all I ask is, if you're going to have a wrench, do you know how to use it? I walk past special care. Sorry. I walk past special care baby unit every day on the way to work. It's very quiet. You never hear a baby cry. It's interesting, isn't it? It's really, really interesting and really strange. Yeah, I don't know. It's a difficult one. It's such a sensitive subject, and I was thinking about doing like a deep dive, and then I thought, well, it's just so sensitive. It's gonna cause hurt and upset and a lot of controversy. So I decided not to. So going from one child killer to another, it looks as though, let me just get this up. It looks as though one of James Bulge's killers he's in again, he could be released. It's shocking, isn't it? By the way, when I'm presenting a stream, I can't always do wrenches and catch all the chat. So I caught a bit of chat so I could do one of the wrenches, like Cindy, who I've known for a long time and used to be a member as well. And she's on my Facebook, so I've seen her, I've spoken to her and everything else. But I can't see chat a lot because I'm presenting a show. So just bear with me if I'm not seeing comments. I had a complaint before saying when David thought I was ignoring him, I wasn't. I just couldn't see the chat. Okay. So I'm in and out. Okay. Yeah, it's just a troll. Just ignore him. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. Diane. Did Diane answer, Jane? Can you just ask Diane if she knows how to right, okay. I'll get back into it in a minute because I can't I can't be stopping to look at chat to about. Yeah, if you don't know how to moderate, Diane, that's the problem. If you don't know how to do it, that's the whole point of having one, is so that you know how to use it. All it means is that you can time people out. But if you don't know how to moderate and you knock your phone, you could end up, we've had it before, we've had so many complaints about moderators timing people out, which is why I took everybody's wrenches away, and I'm only giving them back to people that know how to use them. Anyway, I'm going to continue and then we can talk about it at the end. So, if you're not in the UK, you may or may not have heard of this. If you are in the UK, I'm pretty damn sure you will have heard of this. Jamie Bulger's killers, it was John Venables was the main perpetrator. He's been in and out of prison so many times. He actually at one point was living in my old aunt back in Birmingham. A few years ago, someone sent me a photo of him in the pub, and he was living in my old town. He wasn't anymore because he got put back in jail. But every time he gets released, him and his mate murdered, and apparently what they kept from the trial at the time was that they also, and I know this is very distressing, all right, it's very, very distressing, but I am told that at the time there was also sexual abuse on that poor little baby. They kept it from the public, and apparently it was heard in the enclosed trial. These two kids should never, ever see the light of day. Now, John Venables, was apparently, he was the one that was the worst. Now, the other one was going along with his mate, which is still sick. I'm sorry, you've got to be tapped, ain't you? These kids were like 12, I think, 12 and 13. They murdered, they kidnapped a little boy, a 2-year-old little boy from his mom in the shopping centre. Now, I've had people blaming the mother for this. I'm sorry, but, you know, she was holding his hand. He let go for a split second. A split second is all it takes, which is why I'm so protective over my little boy. And I don't care if I'm over the top, but this is just how I am. It was the most horrific case of, they blamed it on the movie Child's Play, Spot on Alphabet Cat. They tried to blame it on Child's Play 3, which then got banned, which is just ridiculous and pathetic. Anyway, this one, John, I think, was it Andrew Thompson, the other one? I think it might be. So John Venables, now I've got a photo of him someone sent me a few years ago when he was back. He was living in Erdington. Now, this guy, he moves around the country. Every time he gets put away, they let him out and he gets done possessing child P. That's it, Anthony. This is how sick this guy is. Okay, so I'm going to read it all. It says Venables received life imprisonment for murdering 2-year-old Jamie in 1993. All right, so again, if you're not in the UK, you may or may not have heard of this case. I don't know, but it was horrific. He was released in 2001. So he only served what? Not even 10 years. What, 8 years, is it? Something stupid like that. It was ridiculous. It was just horrific. Under license conditions with a new identity. This is a killer, right? This is a child killer. And at the time, they tried a child in an adult's court. Now, if this, I'm not joking, and I've said this before, if this were now, when this happened, the whole country was in utter uproar. People were chasing the vans down the road with them in and egging it. There was just uproar. What?
I didn't realise you were streaming.
Yeah, I said to you, I haven't had a chance to get a drink. It's already started, and I'm really thirsty.
What would you like? When did you say that? Have you sent me a message?
And I spoke to you as well. Did you not hear me? Yeah.
I've had headphones on, haven't
Okay. Okay. All right. So anyways, apologies about that. Welcoming everybody. If you're here, I appreciate that. So this guy, if that happened now, they would have said mental health. I'm telling you, they would have been put into a special. Can you turn that light off, please, babe? Do you need it on? They would have been put into some sort of special children's home with they wouldn't have even got put in prison. Anyway, he was released just 8 years later under license with a new identity. He was given a brand new identity, a brand new everything, right? And then it says here, at the age of 40, he was sent back to prison after being convicted of possessing indecent child images. But what they're not telling you is that isn't the first time that he's been done for that. He's never been out of trouble, this guy. Now, the other one, apparently, he was has come out and he's been good. This is what I'm told, right? We don't know how true it is, but this is what we're told, that he came out, he got a new identity, he never reoffended, he got on with his life. And should he have been able to get on with his life? Probably not. But this guy here, this is the one who the police knew all about him. He was a total and utter psychopath, and he was taking in other lads, down his dark road. So he's back in prison again. However, it looks like this will be another chance of freedom. He is reportedly serving his time at HMP Franklin County, Durham. Both the mom and dad of James Bulger are said to have written statements opposing his release. So Jamie Bulger's mom and dad are still alive and they don't want him released. But these are not telling you the whole truth. This guy has been in and out of prison before. Sorry, there were 10, not 12. Robert Thompson was the other one. So it says here, according to The Sun, Venables is buoyant as he believes this is his best and possibly his last chance of freedom. He has got the official confirmation and has been working on his presentation to the parole panel. However, a separate source has said it is incredibly unlikely that Venables will be released. One of the many reasons being that he is clearly not being rehabilitated, despite spending a large proportion of his life in jail. The Justice Secretary is planning to get the power to stop repeat offenders being free within the Victim and Prisoners Bill early next year. Thank God for that. This guy should never have been released. He has been, I think, I'm not sure, I'd need to do some separate research, but I know he's been in and out his whole life, and I think he may have committed other offences as well. This is a pedo. This is a sick paedophile, and he should not be free ever again. The fact that he's been possessing child P says it all, doesn't it? So it says in 2018 he was sentenced to 40 months after pleading guilty to having indecent images of children and a PDF file manual. He's got a manual on how to hurt children. A spokesman for Denise Fergus, who was Jamie's mom, said she faced a horrendous ordeal after listening to the vile behaviour of her son's killer. So I've still got a photo of him. And I remember around 2018-ish, there was a time when people were sharing his photo around. Do you remember? And even some celebrities, hello, David Banner, even some celebrities were getting in trouble for dropping his photo because he had protection. He had protection. Can you believe this? He had anonymity, and anyone sharing his photo were getting arrested because people have got a right to know if this psychopath is living next door. The thing is, Jane, in the UK, you guys can know. We can't here. He's given a new identity each time and sent to a new town in a new area to live in. It is really, really sickening. It really is. So I'm trying to get the more serious, I'm having a quick look around the news, what's going on. Hello, Catherine, how you doing, my love? Or is it Kathleen? I always get your name wrong and I usually offend people, Kathleen. So, yeah, now there's something I wanted to bring you here, which is completely different to the last story. And I want to get back to, and I don't want to dwell on it too much because people will start arguing. And I don't like people arguing in the chat because, but the Byline Times now they've gone very quiet on old Dan Wootton, right? Now, I've said several thousand times, well, not quite, that the Byline Times are far left communist scumbags. All right. Oh no, David Banner. David Banner, I reset my wrenches a while ago and I thought I'd given yours back. I thought you'd I don't know anyway. I'm only giving them to people who know how to moderate basically, and who I know. Anyway, but you've got it back now. I thought I'd given it you back. Sorry. I really did. Anyway, okay. So I'm just going to give you an example now, right? This is the Byline Times, and these are the ones who had the hit job against Dan Wootton. Whether you believe it or not, I am still waiting for any evidence of this. They've gone dead quiet. I believe it was. Do I think Dan Wootton's a good person? Possibly not. Is he a narcissist? Possibly, might be. But at the end of the day, was he blackmailing men for £500 a pop? I'm struggling to believe it. Anyway, there's still been no arrests or anything. There's nothing. He's still on there. He's on there right now. So the Byline Times, this is your proof that they are left wing. I believe they're deep state, and I'm going to give you an example right now. Okay, so this was in today's Byline Times. The links between the ULEZ protests. Now, those of you who aren't in the UK, the ULEZ is this ultra low emission zone, and they're trying to say that you can't drive a normal car in London, and they've extended it into the little outer home counties that are just tiny little villages and towns that don't have an air pollution problem. You have to pay £12.50 a day to drive your car. It's all about money. It's about 15-minute cities. It's about communism. And it's about hitting the working class. This is what it's all about. And this guy, who is a Fabian, just to say, he is a Fabian Society. Remember those lot. This guy here, okay, is the one who's spearheading it. Now, the Byline Times, the links between the ULEZ protests, radical anti-vaxxers, and the far right. Okay, so remember, this Byline Times that people were hailing as the truth, and I should do my research, I was told, do my research and start supporting the Byline Times. Yeah. This is the people that some of you told me were about the truth. The heavily publicised protests were not quite the grassroots movement that the right-wing press made them out to be. Remember, there is no left and right anymore. They're all working for the government in one capacity or the other, but they all play each other. They all do. They make out that everything's far right. So Sadiq Khan has come under criticism for suggesting that protests against his plans to impose an ultra-low emission zone across all of London are being mobilised by the far-right anti-prickers. However, an investigation by the Byline Times gives some credence to his claims. There you go. There's your proof that these are deep state, deep state, communist, Fabian, Labour scumbags. They are not about truth. They are not about freedom. They are pushing an agenda. They pushed for more lockdowns. They pushed for a mandate on the pricks. And now they're trying to say that anyone who's opposing the ULEZ, which are all the freedom fighters, that people that are in London, that the mainstream media are not covering. There are protests in London, out of London, who are sick to death of this communist agenda in London by this mayor who is a complete psychopath. He's so high on drunk on power. He won't listen to anybody. He won't even debate. He just shuts people down, and he only gives interviews to the BBC and to scumbag rags like the Byline Times. And he's saying that anybody who is against forced lockdown, against forced pricks, are far right, and they're the people who oppose his draconian measures. So next time somebody tells me, do your research, read the Byline Times, I'll say, I read the Byline Times. Talking about Sadiq Khan, he has said that anybody who opposes the ULEZ scheme, the expansion of ULEZ, is an anti-prick, yeah, what was it, far right, anti-vacker, can't say the word, conspiracy theorist. And this newspaper are saying that he's correct. Their investigation, it says here, the heavily publicised anti-ULEZ protests that took place outside Downing Street on the 29th of August were organised by a group called Action Against ULEZ Extension. Leaflets for their protests read, "Stand against the Great Betrayal." The fight goes on noon onwards. This was over the weekend, right? It was all over Insta, TikTok, and Facebook. The placard had messages saying "R.I.P. London, blood on your hands, Khan," and stop the toxic air lie. Our investigations reveal ties between this group and the anti-lockdown group Together Declaration and the anti-prick Heart group. In recent months, these groups and other linked organisations have gradually transitioned to opposing net zero and measures to reduce air pollution. Good. Good. I oppose net zero. It's a load of rubbish. It's to make the poor people poorer. This is the point I'm trying to say. Some of these so-called truthers and so-called truth newspapers and websites are pushing an agenda. They're pushing net zero. They're pushing the ULEZ rubbish on us. And if you're not in London, or if you're not in Greater London, it doesn't mean nothing. They've now got them in Birmingham. They've got them in Manchester. They've got them all over. It's coming everywhere. Yeah, 20 mile. Yeah, 20 mile an hour speed restrictions. 15-minute cities are coming, folks, where you have to pay to drive your car like you have to pay to drive your car, so you can't go and see your family. Look at the 2020. Yeah, Belinda, we've looked at that before, but every time I tried to do it, they shut me down. It's all there. Oh, thank you, love. It's all there. We've looked at it before, darling. Every time I try and show that, they always give me a copyright and say, you're not allowed to show this. Every time. So there you go. The Byline Times have got no credibility, right? I need credibility. If someone's going to accuse someone of being a criminal like they have, I need something other than them. It's just ridiculous. Right then, we're going to go on to the... Oh, we've got a bit of a spooky one. We'll save that for the end. Hold on. We'll save the spooky one for the end. Okay, just bear with me. So we're just getting some on the latest on what's going on in today's news and what's been happening over the weekend. Now we've got an update on the Crooked House. Apparently, you can buy a brick. Yes, you can buy a brick on Facebook from the Crooked House. Now, I still find this abhorrent, and I have been meaning to put a video together on this because I've been going through the accounts, I've just not had the time to do it, but I am going to put a video together on this subject. Hello, Gem Love. How you doing, sweetheart? No, they don't have credibility, Terry Knowles, but I'm sorry, but someone like one of them, a newspaper that is saying that anybody who opposes the ULEZ is a far right anti-pricker, anti-net zero. It's just what can you say? But yeah, they're all as bad, but that's worse. Okay, now bricks from UK's wonkiest pub are being sold on Facebook, so you can buy a piece of the crooked house. What's wrong, Jane? Yeah, I can't. Are they still asking for wrenches? I literally. Oh, thank you, Jem. I can't do that while I'm live. I'm on two screens here, so I can't be. You know, like you'd need to know how to use one. And in the future, I'll do a video on it, but right now I can't. Right, okay, so this is the Crooked House, which was the world's wonkiest pub. Now, what we know so far is that it was sold because it wasn't making enough money. Then these people took it over and apparently hired the digger 2 weeks before the miraculous fire that just so happened, and it was arson. And then it got knocked down by said digger without any permission. So when the fire happened, there was still talk of trying to build it back. And then without any permission, because when there's been a fire, there's an investigation. You don't just go and knock it down. You have to you have to get it signed off by the fire brigade, by the police, blah, blah, blah. And literally, was it the next day, the whole thing was flattened. I think Beck sent me some footage, which I haven't had a chance to look at yet. And they just flattened it. And then they buggered off on holiday. That's the basis of it. There's so much more to it. But there has been 2 people arrested about this. Yeah, 2 men, I think, have been arrested. But again, I'm going to do a separate video on that. But the news today is that the bricks from the pub are now being sold on Facebook. Shortly after the building was set on fire and demolished. Now, there's talk, there's a petition to make these people who bought it build it back brick by brick. But now we've found out that they can buy the bricks on the internet. So now they can't even put them back together again because they've sold the bricks. It's disgusting. I think Beck went there. I need to have a look. Oh, we have to watch an ad. Sorry.
Whopper, Whopper, Whopper.
Whopper. Make you want a burger now. Whopper. Sorry, this is ads. I can't do anything about it. It's on the Lad Bible. We're going through the different decades.
I'll have chicken royale, please.
Really?
Royale, chicken royale.
Okay, that was a very good ad. Without permission, no police or fire engines present. Look. Now, if you look there, look how much of the building was left. You still had the chimney. You still had most of the structure. Look, you had most of the roof. Look at it all. You had most of it there. And they've gone in without any permission. And you can't just go around knocking buildings down. Disgusting. And then fuckers on holiday. I don't understand why people were filming this and not ringing the police. Yeah, you're right there, Margaret, love. They probably were fake. How do we know they were them bricks? We don't, do we? The pub has now been pulled down completely, leading to opportunists swiping some bricks with pieces of the iconic building in tow. The wannabe entrepreneurs, if you want to call them that, are now listing them for £50 on Facebook. This is despite the fact that locals have kept watch over the area to honour the former pub. Yeah, apparently there was what was it the other day? A ceremony or so. I'll find it. There was a ceremony the other night as well. I need to find that. Another, it says here, according to the Mirror, one Facebook list said the bricks from the crocodiles have around 60, first come, first serve, 50 quid each. Another brazen seller, bricks from the former crocodiles pub, clean ones, £10 each. Extra £2.50 for the ones with soot on. Staffordshire Council are investigating whether or not the demolition was illegal. Are you shitting me? How long's it been? They still don't know. We were told that it was illegal. Goes on, Thomas, the boss of the plant firm that owns the excavator has defended his company for providing the equipment. If you give me your insurance and all your details and I deliver, what can I do? I have done nothing wrong. The pub was recently purchased by Adam and Carly Taylor, a Facebook group pushing for the pub to be rebuilt as amassed more than 10,000 members. I think Beck's been keeping me up to date on this, but I've not really been keeping up with her. Beck, if you're watching, love, I need to catch up with you, sweetie. It says here, Black Country Living Museum, BCLM, an open air museum, has insisted it cannot save the building. It's very complicated and costly. They could. Now, my dad used to like going in there. Most locals in the Midlands, well, the West Midlands, know about this pub. It was the world's wonkiest pub. I don't think I've ever been. I ever did go. It was when I was a kid. But most people, Brummies or, that area, will know about the Crooked House. It says here we go. Detective Chief Superintendent Tom Chisholm has spoken about the spread of misinformation online. Oh, they love that, don't they? They love saying that. We understand the significance this much loved building and the upset. We're doing all we can. There is lots of information circulating within communities and online. This is unhelpful. So basically, they're saying they don't want anyone to speculate. So, owners of the pub have been linked to previous fire incident. This is interesting. This was the 16th of August. This is a previous story. Look at this. It has emerged that the people who bought the infamous wonky pub, which was sadly gutted by fire, experienced a different massive fire on land they owned. Interesting. It was in Dudley. Mr. Taylor, director of AT Contracting and Plant Hire, and Mrs. Taylor controls ATE Farms, which purchased the Crooked House in July. They bought it in July, and August it burnt down. She's currently in control of AT Contracting, which the BBC reported rented a digger only a week before the fire was destroyed. It says, hang on a minute, and it's since emerged this isn't the first fire that the new owners have been involved with. Wow. 400. A blaze broke out on land they owned at the Finnair landfill site in Buckinghamshire.
Oh, man, I feel like I've been breaking the rules.
Where are we now? On August, the 4th of August, 2018. That's the same. Early August again. Early August. 400 tons of waste caught fire. Wow. So the same time of year as well. Now that's interesting, isn't it? Crime against the Black Country. Happy hour is over. It's really sad, isn't it? And it's sickening that it could have been saved had they not just knocked it all down, It's very, very, very annoying. Right, anyway, what are people saying in chat? I think it's very, very, very suspect myself, but what do I know? I know nothing. Right, hang on a minute. Just catch up with chat, see what people are saying. Please hit the like if you enjoy the content, or the dislike if you don't. I won't be offended. We've been going for 50 minutes. We have 126 people in chat. It was a crooked man that owed the Crooked House lot. Yeah, it sounds like it, doesn't it? Hello, Space Cat, Penny Pimpit. How you doing? They don't send notifications out often for me anymore. Very annoying. Sounds like they could have ended up in prison. They should do, Margaret. Welcome to the channel, by the way, my love. I've not seen you before. Are you new? Welcome, sweetheart. Welcome to all the new people who are watching. I appreciate you. I really do. Right then. So I don't want to be on for much longer because I want to watch the end of Insidious, which I've still not watched. What else have we got going on here? I found this quite disturbing. Let me just show you this. I don't know whether you guys have heard about this. Now, many people have mentioned that they believe that there's other PDF files in the media, entertainment, and news industry. And this is another one that people have mentioned to me before. Now, this is alleged. Did you, Lily? How are you doing, sweetie? This is alleged that he is one, but this is actual footage of it here. So I'm just going to take this down here. You're right. Did you make me drink?
Yeah, it's just brilliant.
Okay, thank you. Right, okay. So I'm going to make this big a minute. Now, this is David Walliams in 2007. And again, a lot of people have been suspicious. This came out. This was a couple of days ago. I put the link in. All of the stories that I'm covering, I am putting the link in. So if you're watching on the replay, if you check the live chat, you'll be able to see all of the stories if you're following live chat, as it's in real time. So comedy is something that many people go with their families to enjoy, but sometimes the performer takes things a little too far and it gets super weird. This is exactly the case of what happened to a former Little Britain leading man. This is a nice way of putting it, David Walliams. Viewers of the footage aren't going easy on him, and it says here, this is it showcased some concerning an outdated comedy. Now, this is from 2007. Now, people say outdated. Yeah, it's old, but it's not that old. It's not like it's from the 90s. Do you know what I mean? Hello, Raz. It's not like we're just doing a bit of news, mate. It's not like you're looking at something from the 70s or the 80s or even the 90s. 2007 isn't horrendously old, you know. But anyway, apparently, David Walliams was on stage in Australia. He was doing a Little Britain live show, and he's been called out for making people feel queasy. His character depicts a gay former children's entertainer, but it's a little more sinister than that. In the video, Walliams as Des K decided to bring on stage 3 audience members to play a game of hide the sausage. Already sounding sketchy, he then went on to ask their ages. So he brings on 3 audience members and he asks their ages, which was 16, 17, and 18. And the mention of a 16-year-old, Des says, bingo. Right, let's watch this sketch. Credit to the BBC here and to Lad Bible. We have to watch that. I know we're not.
Okay. Yeah. Hello there. And how old are you, Will?
18.
And how old are you, Daryl? 17.
And how old are you, Daniel?
16.
Bingo.
Wow.
You're a big boy for 16, aren't you, eh? That's what I'll tell the judge.
Tell me this, Daniel. Do you have a favourite colour?
Blue.
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 Oh. Come on, Taylor, relax. You with your Uncle Dad. Say?
Wow, wow, wow. Wow. I didn't know he was going to do that. Yeah, he always lads as well. Like he's been suspicious, you know, like they used to do a thing in the Sun many years ago around that time with this gaydar for David Walliams, and some days it would be going one way. You couldn't do that now. It would be offensive. Everyone's offended these days. Everyone's offended by everything, even things that it wouldn't even affect them in their life ever. They're offended by it. But back then they used to do this thing with him being gay. A lot of people think he's gay. I don't know. I don't really care what you are, but he is depicting a gay former children's entertainer. That says there his character depicts a gay former children's entertainer. So he's pretending to be you know, a Savile type person. But then, to be fair, it was 2007, so it wasn't out about Savile. So didn't know. I don't know. It's just a bit bizarre. But anyway, apparently people are really disgusted by this. He goes, "You're a big boy for 16, aren't you? That's what I'll tell the judge." Throughout the video, Des can be heard assuring each young boy that they're with Uncle Des before he plants a kiss on them. But that's the tip of the iceberg. Soon a game of hide the sausage begins. That they haven't showed that bit. Where Des goes straight for each boy's crotch area. So we haven't seen this. Pulling down trousers to expose their backsides or pushing his face into their groin. Wow. Though the audience at the time find it hilarious, probably just embarrassed, laughing along with each new shocking moment. The boys, however, seemed to be greatly uncomfortable about what was happening to them. It says there were also moments during the show that Des pinned the boys down and humped them from behind. Hello, Tyrone. Wow. Does it, Jane? They used to do a thing where they didn't know. Like I've got his book here, but me and Jack bought his book to start his project on, but then he broke his hand. Then it was some holidays, whatever. We don't do work for some holidays. Well, we do bits, but not big projects. But that was our project, his new book. But I feel like burning it after this. I feel quite sick. Hello, Mary, my love. Hello, everyone coming in. Yeah, that's a good question. A good question, Mara? Is he known in the US? Have you heard about David Williams?
What about David Williams?
Well, I've had people say to me that he's supposed to be a bit of a perv.
He's gay, isn't he?
Well, apparently he's bi, but I've had people contacting me saying that he's another one that's going to come out. But hello, Paul. But this footage has come out here. I don't want to show it again. It was quite. It gets worse, but I'm not going to show the rest of it. I stopped it. Where he in 2007, where he's on Little Britain Live in Australia, and he's pretending to be a gay former children's entertainer, and he gets 3 audience members who just happen to all be young lads, and then he's like kissing them and asking their ages, and then when one says 16, he goes, "But you're a big boy, I'll tell the judge that," and then he starts try humping them,
right,
and putting his face on the stage.
Yeah, no, I understand.
And
that.
They get really uncomfortable.
Right. Your answer is, I think, at the beginning, what you first said to me. He's acting like an ex-children's performer, and I think that is the very point. He's mimicking and taking the P out of the P's in the BBC.
Right, well, I think you're wrong there. What do you guys think? Al thinks that he's trying to expose the wrong uns by showing what they do.
Well, I mean, how many are there at the B? How many children's performers at the B have been proven to
In
be?
2007, Savile wasn't outed.
No, it wasn't, but everyone knew about it, though, didn't they? In the background.
Not really. Yeah, in the background, but
You know, they all knew it in the background, and I bet there's others they knew about it. I bet
where's my cream gone? There it is.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. What do you reckon? Do you think he's innocent and he was exposing the wrong uns? Give me a 1. If you think he's a pervert, give me 2. And if you think he's doing a bit of both, 3. If you don't know, 4. Number 1, if he's innocent and he's trying to expose. Number 1, if he's innocent. David Williams, innocent, trying to expose. Number 1. Number 2, if you think that he's a wrong un. 3, both. 4, don't know. We got a 1. We've got lots of 2s. We've got 4. Hello, Brooklyn. Or was it Brooklyn's mom? We've got 3. We've got 2. We've got a mixed bag. He needs to go to bed now. Is he not in bed yet?
Yeah, he's in bed now.
Well, he's in bed. He's not asleep. Right. Okay. He's been in bed for a while, but I'm hoping he goes. All right. Is he going to sleep now?
Yeah, he won't.
Yeah. That's why I jumped on, because I'd got him ready for bed and done his teeth, and we watched a bit of TV. And yeah, I'm really hot. I'm coming off in a sec. We're just going to do a couple more stories, and I want to watch the end of that film with you. All right then. Okay. Yeah, I want to go for another shower as well. Right, okay. Now we are at 1 hour mark. We've got lots of threes, lots of twos. 69 says Ted. Is that the amount of likes? Hello, Anglo-Saxon. How are you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Right then, we now have 140 watching. We have 69 who were Mrs. Likes. Please hit the like or the dislike. There's 140 watching. Does that mean we've only got half goodies watching and half baddies? Who knows? Right. I'm just having a bit of me cuppa. Thank you to AI. He was mocking. 3 means both. He's one as well, and he's mocking. I think the other one in Little Britain is just as creepy. Yeah, is that Georgie Porgy guy? Is it? People at the BBC knew about. Yeah, you're right, Stephen. I do believe that. Thank you, Space Cat. Yeah, all the pimps in the house. If you want to change your name, feel free, but you need to choose a number. So if we got a number 3 or number 4 yet. Hello, Marcus says 3. Welcoming everybody. Matt Lucas, that's it. How you doing, Tyrone? Right, so I'm just having a cuppa. We're going to do another couple of stories. I'm going to call it a night. Hello, John Woodmass. Good to see you, my friend. Hello, Linda. Right then. Now, yeah, I just haven't watched the end of Insidious yet. We watched a bit more last night. I hate watching films in bits. George Dawes, yes, David G and Terry Knowles said the same thing at the same time. Right then, let me just see what else there is. We'll try and do a bit more, slightly light-hearted. Can you do light-hearted these days? I will do my best to find something that isn't too serious. We've had all sorts tonight, and it's difficult doing these shows because Southgate's set to quit as England manager. We're going to have a foreigner called Gardelio. When will they learn we an Englishman as an English manager? We tried that Sven Goran Eriksson. That didn't work, did it? Anyway, sorry, I just caught that on the news. Look down here, see? I've seen that there. Anyway, let's get rid of that. Now, oh, hang on. If you're scared of sharks, look away now. I'm scared of sharks, but I still like watching films about sharks, even though they scare me and I have nightmares about them. Woman stays totally calm as 11 foot. That's 11 foot. That's like 2 men, top to tail, isn't it? Great white sharks swim close to tourists. This is in the Daily Star, so it must be true and it must be real. And there's, big up the Daily Star. I swear to God, when I'm looking for a story for a show, and I want something that's not her, I'm not saying that this isn't going to be horrible because it clearly is horrible for people. But when I'm talking about murders and horrible things I've talked about tonight on the news, really horrible things, trying to find something that isn't as sick as the Daily Star will come up trumps every time. So now we're going to look at a great white shark. So the huge great white was spotted swimming in shallow waters off Massachusetts, US, forcing. Where's that? Is that on the East Coast? Do you know what? There's been so many sightings of great whites down south in the Cornwall waters. It's very warm down there, US forcing many beachgoers to flee. One woman managed to keep her cool. So I can't guarantee we're not going to get another Whopper ad. I don't know. Here we go. Let's put the sound on. Oh, look how close it's coming. Blimey. What? Is that Black Shadow? Is that it? I've seen them coming. Why do they come in so close? Oh my God. How far are you from there, James? Oh, we've got another one here. Oh no, I don't want to see that. Rips into prey. No. I don't want to see that. Okay. Right, we're going to watch that again. Videos are always blurry, aren't they? Turn it sideways. Look how close it comes in, folks. Imagine if you was in that water just there. Sod that. It sure would, Dave. I like the way it ends pretty quick, smart. That was me, I'd be filming it still, but they've obviously done a runner. Yes, so one woman walks right up to the shore. I have seen videos of sharks actually coming onto the beach and taking a seal. Yeah, the Ninniwig of the sea, yeah. You probably heard his name then. Ninniwig's been asleep. Yeah, you're right, Terry Knowles. That's what I was just saying. Well, that aeroplane's making me go a bit dizzy. It goes, hang on, read the rest of the story. A woman was left social media stunned as she managed to keep her cool while the great white shark was on the approach. In the video, a pair of girls were seen running and screaming from a great white prowling just meters from the shore. He probably wasn't looking for humans, to be fair. He was probably looking for seals, but still. The footage shows a moment. Two beachgoers spotted a 3-meter long white shark, great white shark swimming in the shallows. Huge predator skims beneath the waves before a dorsal fin breaks the water, prompting frightened kids to scream. Can you imagine though if you were in that water there? You know. Hello, Michael. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. It's a bit of a shit camera, isn't it? It really is. But they reckon that they're misunderstood, that they don't attack unless I don't believe that. They say that about service. What is it? Who's that? Sorry, I'm subbed to you. Who are you? Because you've obviously changed your name, but I know I've subbed to you, so you must have changed your name at some point. Yeah, it was because of a viral short, but they're going back down again now. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but they're going back down again. They've taken like 100 off me overnight. It's really weird. Rachel says, Penny, that 15-minute zone are definitely becoming. Yeah, we're going to be locked up again very soon. I think they will be getting it to. Do you know? I disagree about the locking up again. I don't think they're going to do it, darling. I don't. I think they're doing a different approach now. I think that they were planning on doing more lockdowns, right? And they've seen the uproar and the protest. You're not seeing what's going on. There are a lot of protests. I genuinely don't believe, and I hope I'm right, and I hope you're wrong on this occasion because I don't want to be locked up. But I weren't locked up anyway. I ignored it all. But there you go. I think what they're going to do, they're now going for. I don't want to go too much off topic because I want to keep this to each story. But anyway, just tell you this: they're now going with the common purpose again, with the behavioural science. And what they're going to do, they're trying to scare people. It's not working though, because the ULEZ was not meant to be this opposed. And as for the government pretending it's not them, it's it can't. They're allowing it to happen. Let's not believe the Conservatives are goodies in this either. There's no goodies. They're all baddies. There's one big uni party of psychopaths who have sold out to globalists who are running this country into the ground. Let's just, put that out there. But what they're going to do, they're going to go for the air's really dirty. It's for your own good, because instead of just locking people up, they're going to make people pay to go and visit people, which is what they're doing. The £12.50 every time you want to drive your car across town to go and see Auntie Fanny because she's been in hospital, you can't unless you've got this car. The battery will cost 13 grand to replace, and the car will be no good in 15 years' time anyway, because electric cars, they're not built to last. And also, some poor kid has been down a landmine, digging up the minerals that have created the battery and raped the earth of its natural minerals. It's backwards. You couldn't make this shit up. It's all backwards, but it's all about control and making us believe that it's for our own good. I don't think they're going to physically lock us up again. I just don't. I think it hasn't. When it first happened, people were going along with it. But I think in 2022 was when people started to wake up. And the amount of people that are still testing for the old, the old plague, and they're getting it, and they've been pricked several times, are starting to say to me, you know, just random people that I might talk to in the shops or whatever. But Penny, I've had 5. Why am I still testing positive? You know, people are starting to wake up now, but I don't think they're going to lock us down. I really don't. There's been the only thing I could think of is, you know, this school malarkey. You know, they're going about the, you know, all this concrete in school. Where's this come from all of a sudden? Think about it. Where's all this come from? These schools have been crumbling since when I was at school in the 1980s. We had what do they call them? Porter cabins, because the school was crumbling. That's not new, but they're pushing it on the news. Jane and anybody who's not in the UK, I don't know if you know about this, but there's a mass hysteria right now in the news about crumbling schools. I'll show you. I'm just going to put a newspaper in. Let's just put the Sun in, for example, and you'll see it'll be one of the first stories about crumbling schools. It's all over the media, right? Now, what they're going to be pushing, they're not going to want children going back to school, and they're already talking about lockdown style teaching at home. It's all bullshit, right? Education secretary caught saying she's done a fucking good job on concrete crisis. She's been caught off camera. Everyone's on about this now. After she'd been, yeah, here you go. You can listen to it yourself.
But we will get a plan, and every single one of them will be done.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Finishes the interview. This is obviously fake.
Does anyone ever say, you know what, you've done a good job because everyone else has sat on their and done nothing? No signs of that. No. Well, it wasn't really talk about anyone in particular. It was an off-the-cuff remark after the news interview had finished, or apparently after it had finished. And I'd like to apologise for my choice language. That was unnecessary, but it was an off-the-cuff remark. Basically, you know, based on the interview. The interview had been pressing me quite.
So basically, she's a school secretary. There's this massive emergency now that's just appeared out of nowhere, that the schools are crumbling and that the kids can't go back to school. Now, this is nothing new. It's just a made up, blown up bullshit thing to try and get the kids to try and, instead of doing a lockdown, they're getting the kids to have to learn at home. But the thing is, it's probably a good thing, because the kids should be learning at home anyway. So I home ed for a reason. So, you know, this is probably going to end up backfiring on them, because if the kids aren't in their crumbling schools, then the kids aren't getting their indoctrination. But this is what they're going to do. They're going to say the schools are unfit. They're going to charge people to drive across town in their cars that aren't compliant. We literally are living, it's like 1984. Your car's not compliant, computer says no, so you can't, you have to pay to drive over there. And it's all about being in your little area. Now, this is what the EU wanted a long time ago. Hello, Celtic Crusader. The EU wanted this, and Brexit messed it up. They wanted little zones. They wanted to split England up. Not only did they want to, you know, the way the UK is split up, they wanted to split England up into little zones. Literally, like South Africa is in these little zones. That's what they want. They want little ghettos, so that we're all in these 15-minute cities, and the only people that can live outside the cities in the countryside are the people who have got all the money. They're buying up all the land and building their big posh houses, because all of us, all the plebs and the commoners, have to be in these little cities. That I don't think they're going to get the lockdown. Whoever just said that about the lockdown parties, that's ruined it for them. That it's ruined it. I don't think they're gonna do that again. I might be wrong. I hope to God that I'm not wrong on this occasion, because I just all of the evidence has come out since. It's all come out that the masks didn't work, that lockdowns didn't work, that children are suffering. Babies who had never seen an adult smile, babies were not going to baby groups, and anyone that they did encounter had a mask on, And you've got a whole generation of toddlers now and young preschoolers who have never, they've got no social skills because they're just constantly, they're not used to seeing faces. And babies learn from the moment they're born to see expressions and to learn about people and how to interact. And I just don't think they're going to do it. I just don't. They are scum, Stephen. So we'll see. I might be wrong. All right. Oh, Rach, you're awesome. I might be wrong, Rach. I don't know. I don't see them locking down. Now, do you remember this time last year? Do you remember? Hello, Candice, love. Do you remember this time last year, all of the panic about blackouts during winter? Now, I called that bullshit as well. And everyone was saying to me they're going to turn the gas and electric off because there's not going to be enough electric to go around or enough gas. And people were really panicking. They were really worried. And people were saying to me, Pen, have you got a burner? Have you got logs? Have you got coal and all this? I said, look, it's not going to happen. Hello, Mima. Hello, Herman Tosser. I said, it's not going to happen. And it never happened. And I remember this time last year, they were ramping up we're going to run out of gas. We're going to run out of gas. And now they're ramping up. The schools are crumbling. We are in perpetual fear. They want us in perpetual fear. Hello, Guardian. All the time. The war is not going well. They are lying to you. If the war was going well, it would not still be going on. They said it was going to be done in a year. That was in February 2022. We're now in September 2023. Who's got Mariupol? They said that they would never give up Mariupol. The Russians took Mariupol. And now they're saying, oh, Ukraine are getting, we're going to try and take Mariupol. We might be ready soon to try. It's all, we're being lied to. We're all being lied to. I bought a torch. Oh, I need to buy some torches. Thank you. Hello, Sunflower Love. I got a letter telling me which fuel ration rota I'm going to be in. What was that last year? Was it at work or this year? I had a text last week from my doctor saying you're in our most vulnerable group. Come and get your plague and flu jab pricks. We can do them both for you. You're going to get first access because of all my health problems. Come in, it's going to be like next week or week after, and we'll text you the day, and you just turn up on this certain time slot, like between 2 hours. They're really pushing that as well. But the thing is, it's flu season coming up now. They do, Manda. They like to keep your head spinning. They like to keep you stressed out because last year, see, Sunflower Empress, that was last year. Now let's just watch this space. The next few weeks, we're gonna get the idea of what the winter's gonna be. Hello, Alyssa. But right now, we're hearing about all the crumbling schools. Now, don't forget, there's going to be a general election next May. They've always been crumbling, Rach. Yeah, I remember when I was at school, they were crumbling. I got offered the jab. Yeah, and me, Linda. No. Tony, it shows desperation. Yeah, they are desperate, but I genuinely, right, I know I'm trying to stay positive, but that people have had enough. And I was talking to Al about this the other night. Now, I am in talks with a political party I'm not going to be getting involved in politics because I don't have the time, and me, I as well but I'm booked. But I am going to be sort of like meeting with some next week. Can't say any more than that. And I think that alternative parties are going to be doing a lot better than what people think, because even Labour, usually, if you're sick of the Tories, I'm talking about the UK politics now, so for those of you who aren't in the UK, I apologise. Usually, if you're sick of the Tories, you go to Labour. If you're sick of Labour, you go to the Tories. People have had enough. People have really, really had enough now. Tyrone, I didn't have my last bunny done either because it's whatever it's called. It's it's difficult, isn't it? You don't know what to do, do you? You just don't know what to do for your best, Anyway, Penny's Pink 1 and 2 is still 3 and 4 is available. A couple more stories. Right. Holly Willoughby has returned to this morning. So, for those of you that are following the Holly Willoughby and the Philip Schofield story, it's been dubbed as the cringiest comeback ever. Yeah, it was apparently really, really embarrassing. So, cringiest this morning, fans brand Holly Willoughby's big return, the worst opening ever. I can't stand this woman. She gets faker every time I see her. Do you remember? Hi there. Do you remember that? Now, this is her comeback with old Alison. It was a cringe fest. That was absolutely gross. Did you guys just see that? I used to like Alison. Alison is a sellout sunflower. She's a brummie. She came from nothing. She was a traffic warden before she did Big Brother. She went into Big Brother as a traffic warden, and I like Big Brother's back. I like Big Brother. Well, I like the original ones. I didn't like the newer ones. I'm going to be watching the new series because it's going back to what it was. And she came into Big Brother. I think she was a single mom of one. I think really down to earth. I was so happy for her when she got a big break on This Morning, but she's sold out. She's just completely sold out. And the thing is, I think they're using her. They're using her because she's a box ticker. That's what I think. And it's sickening. I think if it wasn't for all this current wokeness, that she wouldn't have even got there. And it's like they're giving her I feel like they're giving her a push, not on merit. It just feels that way. It's like, how can we They've even started putting Brummy bears on I thought there was an advert and I seen it the other day of bears, and there were Brummies, because Brummies aren't represented either on the TV. If you want to start representing everyone, you're going to need to represent the Brummies. They've got Brummy bears on there. They've got to represent everyone now. And it feels like, well, she's a female. That ticks a box, doesn't it? Because they prefer females to males. You know, she's BAME, whatever they want to call it. That ticks a box. And it just feels like that to me, that they've stuck her in there so that they can, say that they've done all of these things. When would Alison Hammond really be presenting with Holly Willoughby? I don't believe so. Yeah, Guardian, yeah. Is it about the person beginning with K? It's just ridiculous. It's just I do really like her, but I'm disappointed. I feel that she's sold out now. When she was crying when Filthy Phil got the sack, that was horrific. That fake crying really put me off. Everything's been taken over. It's all woke now. But I don't think it's anybody's fault. I think it's not their fault, individuals' fault. It's the whole, like, it all goes back to this behavioral science common purpose where they brainwash people. Can anyone define a woman? That's the thing. Anyway, so Holly has been missing. I'm really shocked she came back. This is how she's so arrogant. She knows people don't like her. People don't like her from Qgate. People really don't like her from Philip Schofield days. And she's still come back. Oh, thank you, little Miss Sunshine. She's still come back. Yeah, well, at the end of the day, Raz, I get you, but I'm still supporting reform because it's better than the two that are in at the moment. But obviously, on the face of it, then we need to start all over again. But they're better than the things that they've got at the moment. And I like Anne Widdecombe. I wish she was leader. So Holly has been missing from the famous sofa for 7 weeks. She's fully recharged following the turmoil that engulfed this morning. Oh my God. Holly's longtime best pal, Scofie, was axed, admitting to the affair. And then we're going to go through all of that again. Her return to the hot seat was greeted with the cast of Mamma Mia belting out Dancing Queen and Alison and whoever that is, who was dressed blah, 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 blah. I don't really care how they're dressed. I couldn't give a shit, to be honest. It was certainly upbeat. And then one person wrote, they couldn't have possibly opened the show worse than this. Have you missed Holly on This Morning? Yes, she makes the show. No, I've quite enjoyed other hosts. I forgot she was gone. I'm going to go with that one. Not many people like her. Do you try to keep up with the news on climate change? There's not much of an option there. Yes, no, and it's a bit of an overkill. There should be a number 4. It's all bullshit. And then here we go. What the actual fuck? Although the routine was widely panned, Holly's typical sheet look proved a hit. Ugh. Can't stand that woman. Can't stand her. Anyway, our Gem has sent me a load of research for me to do for Philip Schofield. Oh, thank you, Stephen. I'm glad you're here. There's a lot of people these days saying that to me. I'm with you, God struggler. It is, and I don't know. It's difficult. Okay, it's difficult. We need an alternative, and right now, there's only one, in my opinion. Right, I'm trying to keep things as light-eyed as I can. Which is kind of impossible right now, but okay. Now, has Bigfoot been found? Now, this would usually be on my other channel, but we're gonna end it on this, even though it's a curious news item. We're gonna do it. Okay. Has Bigfoot been found? Let's see. Man spent 50 years tricking entire town into believing Bigfoot lived there. So it looks like Bigfoot hasn't been found. So let's have a look at this story. Let me just put the link in to the chat if anybody wants to go and see this. Hello, DJ Rockford. How are you? I hope people haven't stopped watching. I haven't watched it for years and years and years. Can we get 100 likes in the house? Sometimes you might prank your mates by telling them the wrong dress code for an event, or you might wrap your uni flatmate's room in foil if you went to uni, which I didn't. Or perhaps your pranking day started off as a kid with simple games like knock and run, but rarely is a prank so extravagant that it crosses decades and fools an entire town. One man in Alabama, Alabama, the US of A, spent 50 years tricking his entire town of Brantley, into believing that Bigfoot lived there. What? Blimey. Yeah, I agree. Terry Knowles band again. I think we just have to work with anyone who is against the globalists, no matter what side they're on. And Jeremy Corbyn, even though I don't like him, he hates Keir Starmer because he hates New Labour and he hates Tony Blair. He's an old school socialist. He's not my cup of tea. No, Richard Tice has said that he meant for nurses, and he's backtracked and apologised and denounced what he said, Tyrone. He's not now. That's pushing what was. Right, I'm just finishing my tea. Sorry, I'm back. Okay. Prankster Eugene. His plan hatched back into the 70s. What's this here? Drone footage of Bigfoot. What's this? Hang on. Oh, not another ad. Oh, shit. What have I just pressed?
Show you the original, then I will slow it down 50%, then 25%, then 15%. Then I'll run them all together stabilized. I'll separate each with a time lapse. Here they go.
Video. I got a wild hair one day. I wanted to do something about a Sasquatch. I cut some big old feet and bolted some shoes on them and walked around the river. Right, okay, so this is the video. Oh my God. You can tell it's a man in a suit. I don't like Corbyn. I hate him. I also hate Keir Starmer. I think I hate him more, if that's possible. Really, Mary? can't believe this guy did this. Let me just pause. It says, however, speculation soon filled Brantley as they were convinced something out of the ordinary was going on. Fucking hell, what a knob. It says, local Jimmy McGinty was just a child and the mysterious Bigfoot was supposedly wandering around their town. I was just going out by the river and saw some unusual tracks and went and looked and these big footprints and I'm going, am I seeing this right? But with such fear in the community and police involvement, Hendrik decided to abandon his antics. I put the cut-out feet and shoes away and kept it a secret until 2017. And for a long while, no one knew he'd been behind it. Oh, my God. I wonder how many of these Bigfoot videos that we see of just people like him who are just messing about, you know. But then Hunter Royal, that's an interesting name, he owns the old Gin Creek County store in Brantley, decided he'd start selling a monster burger, the Sasquatch burger, and Hendrik decided it was time he was going to come clean. Do you know what? At that point, I wouldn't bother because if some local place is selling these burgers and making money off it and getting tourists in, that's good for the town, surely. The store then went on to sell all kinds of Bigfoot merch. Oh my God. Even picking up a 3.5-pound solid concrete Sasquatch. Hunter was pretty surprised when his father-in-law McGinty showed up with the huge creature, saying, I was in shock. It was made a landmark for, oh my God. And in almost sweet end to his operation, Hendrik was the one to paint the giant statue, used his professional art skills to design, oh my God, can you imagine that? And it's been him all along. Hello, Darlene, my love. Handlebar Mustache. Hello, I've not seen you before. Welcome. Although it seems that some locals still reckon some kind of creature exists. If you don't believe in Sasquatch, you're the problem. No, I think let's just look. He's admitted it was him. He's admitted it now. Okay, people. You know, like I can't believe that these people, even though he's admitted it was him all along, they're still saying, but there could be one because you know, I think. In my opinion, he should have just left it because it's been that long now that you're better off just leaving it. Do you know what I mean? That's what I would have done anyway. Okay, I'm just having a quick look and see if there's anything else that's quite light-hearted. What I tend to do, I tend to get all of the stories ready before I go, which I did tonight, which is why I'm able to just push the stories out ready. It's all right, I was having a quick gander to see if there's anything on there. I try and get a mixture of serious and not so serious, you know. Yeah, there's more serious ones. I don't want to show you them. And there's one more, which is another spooky one, which again I would have usually done. For those of you that are quite new, what I do tend to do is a show called The Curious News, which I do on my Curious Bunny channel. And it's similar to this news show, but it's all curious stuff. So it could be aliens, it could be Bigfoot sightings, it could be ghost sightings. It could be something that's a bit bizarre or a bit weird, like someone's just given birth to a fish or something. You know, something silly or curious. And they're the Curious News shows. And I haven't done one for a while. So these are the sort of stories that you'll see on the Curious News, but we're just going to do it here. So the Bigfoot one and this one. This is our last story tonight because I've been on for like an hour and a half, have I? Blimey, yeah. Mostly, yeah. Though they do, bunnies are dawn and dusk, so they're asleep at the moment, but they'll be awake again in a few hours having a little bomb around. Okay, so I've just put the link into this, the last story of the night. Haunted 5-year-old pub with little girl ghost gives off 2 unexplainable smells. Interesting. A black country pub, so people might know this. Hello, Ryan. Ryan, I'm so glad you've come in. I'm sorry you're being bullied and traumatized by someone. That person bullies and traumatized me too. Don't mention any names. We don't give them any attention. I've subscribed to you again. I'm number 320. You're welcome here. Ryan's been in before, folks. No mention any names, but he was asked not to come in because he's not allowed. Ryan, you are welcome here. Okay. I'm a big advocate for the autistic community. I think you told me before that you have autism. Is that right? I can't remember. But if you are, then you're in the right place. Okay, you'll be looked after here. I'm also a good friend of Tag as well. So, Jane, if you don't mind welcoming Ryan back. Okay, if you're still here, but you might not be. Hello, Bumblebee. A black country pub built as a coach house in 1510 AD. Before becoming a boozer to Victorians in 1887, is thought to be haunted with a psychic visiting every week. There you go, haunted smells. It goes on. Whatever next. A pub so old it's become a regular haunt for psychics. Do you get that? Psychic sleuths giving off two bizarre smells its landlord has no explanation for. It says ye old lathern bottle. Anyone here know that? I bet Ellen does, but I don't think she's here now. In Wednesbury, the West Midlands. I might have said that wrong. Ye olde leathern bottle. Is that right? As roots back to 15 AD when it was built as a coach house, which within a few centuries purportedly housed notorious highwayman Dick Turpin, who were misses. There you go. Today, landlord Cole Silvestre, 34, says he is in the quaint boozer alone far too much. So in other words, you need some more customers to believe it's shrouded with spirits, as it render him frightened day and night. No matter how sceptical of ghosts Carl is, he can't deny there is no rhyme nor reason behind the old boozer's daily whiffs of toast and paint. There you go, Ryan, come back. He's only been in once and gone again. He's probably scared, poor guy. Yeah, she is. She probably is. There's lots and lots of pimps in here, and we're welcome for more. Feel free to change your name. You're more than welcome. Apparently, anyone that drops my link is a pimp. There's a penny pimp. There's Jane. Jane, Ryan was bullied out of here. Watch Tag's last video. Oh, thank you, Jane. Sorry, I only catch bits of chat. He's gone again. He's probably scared. Bless him. Right. And that's before the chilling sounds that Cole heard about the place. So toast and paint. There you go. Mary loves stick, says Mary. Cole took over the ye old leathern bottling in January 2019, and he told Black Country Live, I have heard things, especially in the cellar. I've heard a tapping, all the tapper, tap, 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 and some of the barrels tick. Tick? You got a bomb there. It's a nice looking pub though, isn't it? There she is. There's Ellen. Hello, Ellen, love. Let me give Tony. Do you know what? I've given these wrenches back. I'm sick of this. Tony, I've given you your wrench so many times. Me personally, I haven't seen anything, but we have a regular psychic night. Just before the plague, one of the mediums sent me a picture and said there was a little girl standing at the door. But I'm very skeptical and I try not to believe it because I have to come here on my own. Goes on. Quite often you can smell toast and paint. I'm not sure why. The toast can be any time in the day, whereas the paint is when you're coming in the morning. We had a workman. I left him to carry on what he was doing, and he said in the chair in here had moved on its own. Actually, it was the chair you are sitting in, he said to the reporter guy. Character oozes from the pub's interior. Old timber beams crisscross the ceiling, while the window of the front door is shaped like an old leather bottle. A nod to the pub's name. There you go. So apparently, if you go to this pub, right, it smells of toast and paint, and it's ghosts, apparently. We've got no evidence of this. No evidence, but there you go. So these are the sort of stories that you might see on the Curious News. I was hoping for a little bit more excitement with that one, but there wasn't much. I read Haunted 5-Year-Old Pub and thought that'll be a nice one to end with because it's not, talking about sort of like crimes. And I've always blamed the dog in my house. These are the comments. Yeah, one is Bull and the other starts with S and comes after the first one. Yeah, quite skeptical in the comment section there in the Daily Star. Anyway, there we go. We're going to stop that for tonight. 137 here. Thank you for being here. Do they, Angela? It does look pretty, but the pub that we went to at Christmas, like I've showed you before, honestly, it's there was orbs and shit. Now, I've not been back just because of one thing or another, not purposely. And I do want to go back there. I'm going to book for Christmas as well. So, right then, B&Q is next door. That's comment of the night, but it doesn't explain the toast. There could be a B&Q one end, and there could be a sandwich shop the other. Good question. Do they have a toaster? Very good question. Right then, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you're quite new and you haven't seen a news stream before, thank you, Raz. I really appreciate you, mate, and I really appreciate your support as well. I really do. Where we go? Thank you, Jane, love. Thank you. The owner was due for a heart attack after getting his decorating bill. Do you know what's bizarre? Before the what's it called? The Crooked House burnt down and was knocked down. A few months before that, I seen an ad in a newspaper that was similar to that. And it was talking about how amazing it was. Like they'd paid to put the ad in the pub. That was very much like an ad to me. It did look like he weren't doing very well because he said he's alone too much, which I think was a bit of a dig at we've got no fuckers in. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. A paranormal night. Again, I apologise. The things will be out of my control last night, and one thing after another. Paz would have been late because he was getting home from Milton Keynes. And it would have been late and I was shattered, and then I had other things to do, and it was just like, I'm sorry, I have to cancel. Good night, Donna. Thank you for being here, my love. There's some people who watch and don't comment. So if you're one of these people that watch and don't comment, I just want to say thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate every single person. I like our news nights. When the podcast start up properly, I'm going to be going on camera with my new microphone, my new webcam. I'm going to be on my little desk, and we're going to have a little light behind us, and I'm going to have my TV screen behind us as well. So we're going to try and work a way. Hello, Richard Butler. We're going to try and work a way that I can show you on my screen behind me stuff as well. But that's something we'll have to look at. But when we're doing the podcast, I'll be going back on camera again. But because I haven't got anywhere to sit, I'm sat on the bed. It's really difficult being sat on the bed doing a podcast because I'm constantly having to move around because my back's hurting. Where if I've got my own chair, I can sit there and I can, feel more me. And your new knickers. Oh, what new knickers? Did I get some new knickers? No, there were socks today. What you on about? Anyway, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for your support. Yeah, we're nearly at 100 likes. What's this? Hang on. Oh no. Right. Okay. Oh, right. Sorry, I've just had some news about something, nothing to do with YouTube. Right. Okay. Thank you very much for being here. Learns the way. Do you know what? I could do the weather forecast. I know. I know quite a bit about the weather. I've always been interested in the weather. Maybe next time we'll do a little bit of a weather forecast. We'll see. And good night, everybody. Thanks for being here. Have a good sleep if you're in the UK, or a good morning if you're in Oz or down under, or a good afternoon, evening if you're in the US. And I'll see you all very soon. I don't know when the next paranormal night's going to be. I'll speak to Paz, okay? And Underbelly as well. He's disappeared, so I need to speak to him. Thank you, everybody. And I'll see you all very... Oh, with the TV behind. Yeah. Night, guys. God bless. Bye.